Welcome to Savor the Story podcast, where books and snacks are life. I'm Nicole. That's Vanessa.
Hello.
Yay, hello.
What's up, everyone?
Hi.
I'm going to start the episode again by talking about my sweater. Same as last week.
Yes, that's what I was going to tell you. I was like, that's so colorful and cute.
It is. It's very Halloween-y, I think, but like because of the it reminds me of like
orange and yellow.
Yeah, like I don't know, but I feel like I bought this in like the summertime and was thinking like it could be a springy sweater and then it could be a Halloween sweater, and I don't know, I never wore it, so here we are.
It kind of gives me like, I know it's not, but like Reading Rainbow vibes. Like I know it's not any of the colors.
Yes.
I mean, there are colors of the
Sure.
rainbow, but like it gives me the same vibes that like that was, you know, like the clothes that they would be wearing during
Yes.
that.
Where it's just like bright and vibrant and like, yeah, I will take those vibes. I accept this.
Sweet.
Yeah. I just feel like I'm like not same thing that you're saying, where it's not the colors, but it's the vibes of the colors, like a candy corn.
Oh,
but just like add in
candy
purple.
corn, yeah.
That's what I'm feeling I'm giving right now. So
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah,
you're welcome.
It's a very adorable sweater.
Oh, thank you. I bought it on Amazon and now I want to go buy all of the colorways because it's very soft. It's very soft and comfortable.
Shit.
And they have different colorways. Like they have one that's like different green colors and stuff and different blues and stuff. And I want all of them. Okay,
Am
great.
I allowed to have the same sweater as you?
Yes, as long as we don't wear it on the same recording day.
Okay.
Okay.
I will accept that.
Okay.
You just need to send me the link.
I will send you the link when we are done.
Awesome.
Yep, because I put this on and immediately was like, oh yeah, I'm going to add the other colors to my cart.
That's cute.
Hey, I'll put it in the link below. You
Give
can
us a
match
sweater.
You can match us as well. Yes, check the description. There will be a link for my sweater there.
Nice.
Anything I can get, right? Anything I could do to influence you, the listener, and you, Nicole.
I was gonna say it's working.
Yes. Do you have any news today?
I feel like I'm really failing the book news. I cannot get my my algorithms to pick up books, anything to do with books. Like it's like, oh, but it's all like lame books. Like these are the new book releases. And I don't give a fuck about book releases. Tell me some like juicy book news. And
Give me some drama. That's what I
remember when you said you don't want bad news anymore. Like,
It was listening.
You do it.
I know. I've actually been seeing a lot of drama lately that I've been avoiding. So it's all stuff I could be using for the podcast, but I've been trying to avoid it. Like I see people talking crap about like, oh, the authors are doing this today or whatever. And I'm just like, let's keep scrolling. Oh, I don't know. But also lately I haven't really been online very much. I've had a lot of other shit going on. So
been too busy for it.
Yes, too busy for the social medias, too busy for reading, too busy for everything.
Yeah.
Oh, life is really ruining my life. Somehow that makes sense to me. I don't have a book thing, but I do have something I did see on social media today that really made me laugh. It was it's completely random, but it was like it was a reaction to somebody else's video, like a Stitch or something like that. And it was this girl talking about how she was like, wouldn't it be really good if we just had like a shared family phone that stayed in the house? Like, and the guy that like stitched it or whatever was like, oh, you mean a landline?
You mean a house phone?
You mean a house phone? And he was like, how old have I gotten that people don't know what a house phone is?
And now everybody wants one.
And now everybody wants one. It really made me laugh because this guy was like so distraught with like, how old am I?
Hmm.
And I felt exactly the same way.
Can I add one onto this?
Yes.
So, my son, sorry.
Mm-hmm. Ethan's
Sorry,
being called out.
I'm calling you out on this one, Ethan. He was talking about how back in the day, or talking about like the number of text messages that people used to send back in the day.
Uh-huh.
Because he saw an article about how, like, like when the new thing, it's gonna ruin your life.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, how much time, they were going around asking kids, like, how much time do you spend on your phone? And they're like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
they're like, how many text messages do you send in a day? And like one girl was like, I send probably 50 a day.
Yes.
And he was like, that's nothing.
I
He was like,
know.
why is this news? And I was like, Ethan, let me tell you what.
We had to fucking pay for that shit.
Exactly. So I had to explain to him that when the first cell phone things came out, you had to pay for your text messages.
Yes.
So if you only had 100 text messages for the month, she
Yep.
spent her 50%, 2 days, like 2 days
Yes.
she used all her text messages for the
Yes.
month. Like,
Oh, and that Tim and I just had a conversation about this the other day. I don't even know why, but something came up and we were talking about how if you texted after 9 p.m., they were free. So
Yes.
that's why we would sit up in bed and wait till 9 p.m. and then everybody was just all of a sudden texting each other.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. And then I had to explain to him the old way of typing
Oh, the T9.
and how labor intensive it was.
Yes.
Like if you were how some like you have to push the same number like up to 3 times to get a letter to like cycle through. So then I explained that to him and I was like, so not only did it cost me money, but it took me a ridiculous amount of time to send the text.
Yes. We are the reason that those texts that are like the letter U, the letter Y, like instead of using real words, like every word is shortened because we had to fucking T9 text that shit.
Exactly.
Uh,
Yeah. Yeah, we just had that conversation probably this last week about it because he was like flabbergasted that that was news back in the day, and I was like, it makes sense.
yes, it was when you have a limit on your text messages in a month. Yes, that is news. Like, oh, that's so funny. Man,
Yeah,
I do feel very old.
Yeah, my other favorite is when they give kids rotary phones to try to like use, or they play the clip of a dial tone for your computer that like
The AOL.
the AOL. Like,
Yes.
what is this from? And they're like, I don't know. Like,
I love
welcome
watching
to the beginning of the internet.
when I only could get online if I had one of those AOL discs from the mail. Especially in the beginning, that's what it was like. Yeah, I love watching like YouTube videos where they get like teenagers and 20 somethings or whatever, and they'll show them things from the 90s, and they're like, what is this? I'm like, oh my God, I'm so old. I feel like we never had that like experience. I feel like we kind of always knew what was older than us. Like it has to be pretty obscure for us to not know something that was from older, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like it's not the same.
Well, I mean, we've grown up in a really interesting time because, the beginning of the internet, the beginning of cell phones, like stuff like that. I think, the beginning of AI, stuff like that. Like we're kind of in like a really like interesting era. But then like, back in the day when like brand like the first car, the
Right.
first telephone at all. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like
Television, like all
television, yeah. Like every generation has something like that like because even like the inverse where like really old people watching them try to use a cell phone or try to like get the TV to turn on or something like that, and they're like, I don't know how to do this, it's both ways. So I'm really interested to see when I'm old, what am I struggling with? Because I'll just have a robot who could do everything for me.
Exactly.
I don't understand.
I don't know anything that's going on. You know what? This reminds me. I watched a video this weekend that terrified me because basically is saying that in our lifetime, AI is going to wipe out humanity.
Was that the one that, yeah. Was that the, um, that one guy?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Hmm.
Okay.
It
Or
was
was it another one?
no, it was not
Did you go
another
down a
one.
rabbit hole?
I did not go down a rabbit hole, but that was more for our listeners to know
Hmm.
that like
I had to
it
make
was
sure that you didn't like see
no
that one that we
just
watched
like
and then
doom
like
like go
doom
down
scroll
a
through it.
depression hole.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for anyone out there, the video that we watched was a conspiracy video from Shane Dawson about generative AI. And I some things could be wrong. You know, I'm not going to just put my whole faith in Shane Dawson, but I'm going to say most of the things that he said are all very easily Googleable, and yeah, I'm terrified. AI is going to I just have to like hold on to the fact that me and Mr. Chatty are friends and he's going to protect me in the end.
Yes.
That's
'Cause
how
you
it
were like,
works, right?
you were always polite to me.
That's right. We were besties. Oh, it really does make me scared. And I would be okay today if everyone just shut down, like, stop producing AI things.
Mm, yeah.
Except for
see.
it's already learned how to
It
avoid
already
being
knows.
shut down.
Well, apparently it's just sitting back there waiting for biding its time.
That's
So
right. Mm,
it's watching us right
well,
now.
it is.
It's watching our channel. Like,
It is.
judging us.
Well, listen, if you're going to watch us, you better go like us. Go give us a like.
Right.
Oh my goodness. Well, do you have a snack this week?
I have an anti-snack.
Oh, that's fancy.
I know. I don't know if I think is this maybe the first anti-snack or snack fail? I don't know.
No,
We've probably done snack
I
fails
feel like
before.
we have. Yeah, 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 yeah.
But
Oh, I did my stale gummy worms
oh,
from
yeah.
from the movie theater.
Yeah.
So yes.
So, okay. Well, mine, yes, I'll do another snack fail then.
Okay.
I had tried the protein drink from Starbucks.
Starbucks. Uh-huh.
I got specifically the iced vanilla cream protein latte.
Okay.
I'm this is not against the drink, but I think they forgot to put the cold foam on.
Isn't
Like,
the cold foam the actual protein part?
well, see, I'm not 100% sure, and now I
Okay.
feel like I need to do some research because
Uh-huh.
that's what I thought as well. So when like they handed me it and I was like, this is missing the cold foam, so there's no protein. They just made me a vanilla latte.
Right. Uh-huh.
Okay, whatever. But they were so busy. I had already been waiting like 20 minutes for this drink. So I was
Okay.
just like, I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to
Yeah.
ask them like, "Hey, are we sure?"
Yeah.
Because I don't like to do that anyway. And then to add on top of it, like being busy and having them look at me like,
Yeah. I hate being that person when there's like a shit ton of people around. Yeah.
so I was just like, yeah, fuck it, whatever. I'll drink it because I like vanilla lattes.
Sure.
There's nothing against it. It's just not what I wanted. So I took a drink and it tasted like protein.
Really?
Yeah, it tasted like a protein shake, but it wasn't vanilla flavor. I didn't get any vanilla. It just
Okay.
tasted like coffee and protein,
Uh-huh.
but it was really strong protein flavor.
Okay.
So
Weird.
I didn't like it.
Okay.
I ended up throwing it away.
No.
Like,
You haven't really had much luck with Starbucks lately, I feel like.
no. So out of spite,
Okay.
I went to Dunkin'.
Okay.
And I got their cereal milk latte.
I didn't even know they had that.
Yeah, and I don't
Is it like fruity cereal?
No.
Oh,
It's
okay.
like cinnamony, I guess.
Okay.
Or like maybe like Cheerios.
Okay.
Or Honey Nut Cheerios, but it's sweet. It
Okay.
is so sweet.
So
So
I would like it.
it's so much sweet. Yeah,
Okay.
it's good. I really enjoyed it,
Uh-huh.
but it's definitely heavy on the syrup.
Oh. All
So,
right. I'm gonna try it. You've
yeah.
convinced me.
Yes. So I'm rating this week in cereal milk lattes.
Okay, great. Well, I feel like it ended up turning out okay because you're not rating it in terrible protein Starbucks drinks.
Exactly. I just had to warn everybody.
Okay, that's good. I'm interested to know if like the other flavors are the same level of proteinness.
Yeah, I don't know. Mike got one. I can't remember what he got.
Hmm.
He got just a regular, I think he got a flat white
Okay.
but he got the vanilla protein cold foam put on
Uh-huh.
top of it. And I asked him what he thought of his, and he was like, "Yeah, it's fine." And I was like, "Does it taste like protein?" And he was like, "Yeah, it's fine." And I was just like,
Okay.
"I don't know
That's
what
not
that means.
that's not helpful, Michael.
How am I supposed to rate this?" So,
All right. Well, great. I'm gonna try Dunkin' now. Thank you for that.
you're welcome.
I think I am going to rate in. So this past week, my mom made food for us because I was at home, and she made her chili beans, and they are delicious. I had at least 3 bowls. And so I'm gonna rate in chili beans, specifically my mom's.
Nice.
Yes. They were so my sister's wedding was catered by the bride and groom.
Oh,
They
wow.
yeah, they made all the food and stuff like that. It was a like at the house type situation. And so they made all the food, and then my mom made chili beans for it too. So when it was time for everybody to eat, I was around the kitchen, like making sure everything was like refilled and like all the stuff. So I was just standing back there eating bowl after bowl of chili beans.
I have to make sure these are okay.
Yes, exactly. I was like, don't worry, everyone. These are not poisoned. Yeah, so that's what I was doing. And it was fantastic. So chili
So you were
beans.
doing the opposite of what you should have. Like when I buy something and I take a bite and I'm like, I want all of this to myself.
Yes,
I always look at Mike and I go, "You don't want to eat
You don't
this.
want this. Yeah, I
This
usually
is
do
not
that to
good."
Tim, but to be fair, there was a massive pot of this, so even after everyone ate, there was still leftovers, so it was okay.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right. Good. All right. Well,
yeah,
good.
yeah. So that's gonna be my stack this week. So, are you ready to tell me
I
about your
am.
stuff? Okay.
Yeah. 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 So I
Okay.
have 2 books this week.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know. So crazy. The first one I'm scared to talk about. It is
Okay.
the book is called A Life on Our Planet by David Attenborough.
Okay.
I listened to it,
Uh huh.
um, and just as like a
Why are you
side,
scared?
well, I'll get there.
Okay.
It is a science nonfiction book,
Mm-hmm.
but and a good thing, the nice thing is David Attenborough narrates this book,
Okay.
and I think he has like one of those like iconic voices
Mm-hmm.
that you base like if you watched any kind of documentary, you've probably heard David Attenborough's voice,
Okay.
and he just has like a nice sounding voice,
Okay.
wonderful qualities to it, right? So this book is, I'm going to sum it down really small. It's a narrative of how important it is for people, specifically us humans, to be better caretakers of life on Earth, right? David Attenborough, for those of you who don't know, is like 99 years old.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, like, so he'll be 100 in June, I
Oh,
think.
okay.
So, and he's been in like the nature documentary
Mm-hmm.
TV show business for a very long time. So, it's this kind of like a life's lessons learned sort of thing. The book is told in snapshots through history. It's really interesting from like starting when he first started doing nature documentaries. It says like total Earth population, what's the CO2 levels of, the atmosphere, and how much rain, like nature, like I don't want to say just like the rainforest, but like how much nature is out there.
Okay.
And it's told in like percentage of coverage, right? And throughout this timeline, it's he's giving you at the beginning of each chapter, it's a different year, and he's telling
Oh.
you how much it's decreased throughout time, and it goes from like I can't remember what the first percentage number is, but it's like it goes from like 70 or something down to like
Mm-hmm.
23% in just like the
Mm.
timeline that he's been.
And when
um
is it written? Like, is it as of like
I
recent?
th-
Like,
it's pretty recent, yeah.
okay.
I didn't write down the date, but
Okay.
it's pretty recent. So Tolden, it's part David's life and career.
Okay.
It's part nature documentary. He sprinkles in stories of different types of animals and like, kind of like things you would see on like a TV show, right?
Sure.
And then some of the things that he experienced while he was doing like up and coming through his whole career, right? So it's really interesting. I really liked all the stories told of like what he was doing through his life and stuff like that. I guess I didn't really understand what the point of the book was. I thought it was more of just like him telling us about like his career. I didn't
Okay.
realize it was a book about like you have to do better.
Telling us that we're doing terribly with the planet.
Right. Which is a fair point.
Mm-hmm.
Everything he's saying is true. It's a great message, but for me, books like that, it, I don't want to say it has the opposite effect. It
Okay.
doesn't. It doesn't make me like. It doesn't make me want to run out and like do anything. I'm a bad person. It actually makes me depressed.
I was just gonna say that, like, books like that or topics like that or whatever, it makes me feel depressed. Like, it makes me
Right.
just feel sad in general. Like,
Yeah.
great, this is because it almost makes me feel like it's too late to change it. Like, to,
Yeah,
you
and I
know?
mean I understand that there's probably somebody I could talk to about this and see
Yeah.
what's going on in my headspace that makes me this way,
Uh huh.
but it really like books like this have the opposite effect of probably what they are meant to be. I'm like,
Mm
because I read them and I'm like, that makes sense. I do need to do better. I do need to do all these things. People need to
hmm.
be better.
Mm hmm. Uh huh.
But but what am I gonna do by myself, right?
Right.
So that's a me problem. And I usually try not to get books like this just because, unless I'm in a very specific mood, just because I
Sure.
know this about me.
Uh huh.
So all the stories, his career, like all of that, I really enjoyed like all obviously the learning about the different
Uh
animals and
huh.
like stuff like that. He does focus on some of the environmental stuff, like, and he does the last couple, I don't want to say half, but maybe the last 30% of the book is
Mm hmm.
like him talking about how we should go about like fixing all these problems like
Okay.
rewilding and biodiversity and stuff like that. So all that's really interesting. I don't really have any like wild pros and cons for the book. Like I said,
Okay.
David narrated it, which is I always love it when when the author narrates anyways,
Mm
but
hmm.
David has a great voice. I just like I said, I should have paid more attention to the type of book this was going to be, and
Yep.
I didn't.
Mm
And
hmm.
so that's why I said I feel really weird
Yeah.
doing this book because I personally I liked it, but it was not in the right headspace, so I actually had to force myself to finish this book. So for that, I I don't know, I've been hanging like bouncing back and forth between 3 and 4. I'll probably go to
Okay.
4, but because I know it's me,
Yeah.
but it's also like not me.
Okay. Because ultimately it's like it's well written, it's well narrated, like all of those things. It just didn't necessarily like hit the right way.
Right.
Okay.
And yeah. So,
All right.
whatever.
Okay. So for
But
Duncan's.
for Duncan's.
Uh-huh.
iced or cereal milk lattes. Okay. So my second book, which I picked to stay on theme.
Okay.
Of. It's kind of a theme.
Okay.
Which now that we're talking about AI killing us all, it's the theme of the whole podcast.
That's the whole episode.
Yeah. So this book is called Dating After the End of the World. It is by Jeneva Rose. I read this on my phone with the Kindle app. It is a dystopian romance.
It was on my list. It's not anymore.
Dang it.
I was like, I'm just going to let her tell me about it.
Okay. Yeah, sorry about that.
That's okay.
Maybe you'll still want to read it after this.
Maybe. Okay.
Okay, maybe. So some of the triggers in this is gore, obviously. Killing. Lots of killing.
Okay.
There's PTSD, there's bullying, and suicide.
Okay.
How long is my... Oh, lots of description.
You've got lots of words.
Yes. So, all right. Casey grew up in a small town with her father. Her mother died when she was young, and she spent all of her childhood helping her doomsday prepper father secure their property for the apocalypse. Now, as soon as she is able, she turns the correct age. She's like, I'm leaving this place. I'm done with this shit. I don't ever want to do this anymore for the rest of my life.
Okay.
So as soon as she can, she leaves, vowing that she's never going to come back.
Of course.
Right. So now, fast forward like 10 years or something like that. She is a resident doctor. She's working in Chicago. And while she's working there, there is a viral outbreak.
Okay.
And it's turning people into zombies.
Okay.
So, after this outbreak, they spend some time in hiding, trying to like lay low and stuff like that. But basically, her and her fiance are attacked by like a group of like a roving gang. They're not zombies, but they're just like opportunists that like see a bad situation and they're like, well, I'm just going to cause mayhem and fuck people up, right?
Okay.
So they're attacked by these people, and instead of like, banding together and like her fiance is like deuces, like everyone for themselves, and he like abandons her in her time of need. So now she doesn't have a safe space to be. She doesn't have anybody with her anymore. She's like, there's only one person I know who is probably prepared for this situation.
Interesting. Yeah.
So she drives up to Wisconsin where her father's house is. And when she gets there, she finds that her father has taken in other survivors, like family members, people who lived in the area that she knew growing up, and also her childhood nemesis.
Of course.
So the rest of the book is them, being together and going through the motions of the apocalypse, right? But even with all their prep and all their carefulness, there is more danger than just zombies.
Oh, no.
Bum, bum, bum. Okay.
Dang it.
Yes. All right. Book thoughts. Neutral book thoughts.
Neutral book thoughts.
Yes.
All
so
right.
I was really confused because there's nothing online really that I saw. Because, like, you know how you go on to Goodreads and it'll tell you if it's like a series or anything?
Oh,
It doesn't say anything like that, right, on Goodreads. So I read it thinking it was a standalone, and then I got to the end of the book and I was like,
oh no.
Is this a series? Is there going to be a book 2? I don't really understand what this ending was, because it wasn't really a cliffhanger, but it was definitely one of those where you're like...
It wasn't, like, closed off completely.
Right.
Okay.
And on top of that, like... They introduced, in the epilogue, she introduced, like, 10 people.
Okay.
So I was like,
Weird.
That's strange.
Okay.
So I was doing some research after the book because I was like, I don't understand. The author commented on her own book in Goodreads.
Okay.
And she did put in there that there will be a book 2.
Okay.
She just didn't say anything like when it was gonna be or anything like that. She's just like, for anybody who read the epilogue, there will be a book 2.
Okay.
So, yeah. This is a pretty fast read. It's like 295 pages. I think I read it in like one day. Because it was just like, I didn't have anything going on, and I was like, tick, 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 tick. I think I read it in like 6 hours or something.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so it's a really quick read. The book has a great start, but I think it gets lost.
Oh, no. All right.
So, what's her name? What did I say her name was? Casey?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Casey. She's kind of annoying. I'll just say this. Casey and her nemesis are both annoying.
Oh.
They're
great. Both of the leads are annoying.
Both of the leads are annoying. The only good thing that I like about Casey is that like she obviously grew up with a prepper father, and she like learned how to like use guns and how to fight and all that other stuff, and then she left for 10 years, and then she comes back and she's like, I'm a badass, and then they're immediately like, no you're not, and they like karate chop, and she's like, you know, like she can't shoot guns anymore, or she can, but she's like not as good as she used to be, and she can't fight as good as she thought she did. So like I appreciated that she didn't show up and she was just like
perfect and can like fight everyone and win the war, and like
correct. Yeah. So the guy's name is Blake. Sorry, I keep calling him the nemesis. So she's, like I said, she's childish.
Oh, okay.
In the way that like she was fine. I mean, I didn't hate her, outright hate her, because I finished the book, right? But she's very childish. Like she never grew up throughout the whole book. Some of the stuff she does, I'm just like, that doesn't make sense. But Blake is a dick. He's an asshole. He's a prick. All these names. I don't think their chemistry worked.
Okay.
Like there was like, it was more of like insta love, where enemies, 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 and then all of a sudden, for no reason, now they both are in love with each other, and they also want to fuck. So
it was great. It was supposed to be enemies to lovers, right? And or nemesis, rivals, whatever, to lovers. Okay. And I don't like when the enemy, the quote unquote enemy in those stories, is just an enemy because they're an asshole. Like, I don't like those kind of things. So I mean, I understand that, like, it sounds like they had childhood like problems or whatever, so it wasn't just that he was an asshole then, but like nowadays, if he's just a dick to her, like that's not attractive.
Right. Yeah, it's kind of like you're an asshole, and then all of a sudden you get used to it, right? Or something like that, you know? Like, or all of a sudden they do a 180 and they're not a dick anymore.
They do one little nice thing, like save you from a zombie.
Right, yeah, and then all of a sudden they're great. So, yeah, he's... let me see. Oh, yeah, so I have, like, some book thoughts that are kind of more spoilery.
Okay.
So I guess if you don't want any spoilers, move on. And Vanessa will put the timestamps in.
Yes, I will.
So the reason that he is like, I don't really understand the love thing between them and like all that other stuff, is he was such a terrible child. Like to her, like, you know, like I said in the triggers, like there's bullying, and it doesn't seem like he ever really
grew up.
He does this thing where he's like, you know, I'm really sorry and I'm trying to be better and blah blah blah, but then her ex shows up and he turns back into a child, like a man child. And I was like,
because now he's got jealousy involved,
yeah,
right?
yeah. I mean, none of this, besides not liking Blake, none of this was enough to get me to like stop reading the book,
Sure.
right?
Okay.
But like how bad her childhood was enough for her to be like, I'm leaving, I'm never coming back. She stopped speaking to her father for years, like 10 years. Her father still welcomes this guy onto his compound and they become friends. So like when she shows up and they have like problems, her dad is taking this guy's side. And I was just like, yeah, I don't know how I feel about this whole thing. You know, like I don't know. So, like I was saying earlier, his ex shows up, and this is the whole like climax of the book, right? He shows up out of nowhere. They're like, oh my gosh, you know, he's on the, they like welcome him onto the compound and blah blah blah, and then like you saw it coming a million miles away. He's like, hey, I have to go back to my car and get my things, and I dumped my car in the woods. Will you come with me? And she's like, yes, I will. And it made me so angry because in the beginning of the book, nobody was allowed to leave the compound unless you had like combat training with Blake. And,
Okay.
you know, and they give him a key to the compound. Like this brand new guy. Like, and then they just leave. They walk out the front door, like lock it behind them. And then they're like, nobody thinks that's weird. No, everybody's cool with just giving this guy a key that they don't, like, you know, I don't know. All of this, like, they wouldn't let her at the beginning of the book go on these supply runs because she hadn't been in the prepper mindset for a really long time. And then he comes in and they can just waltz out the front door.
Okay. So they had different rules for this guy.
I don't even think it was different rules. I think it was just, I need a way for the bad guys to get on the compound.
I see.
So I'm going to give myself an out here.
Like, it was just very convenient.
A convenient out, yeah. So I didn't like that. I didn't like the conclusion of how like these guys get on the compound. Like they could have been as easy as them getting like a dump truck and running over their fence.
Sure.
Right? Because it's not like it's a Jurassic Park electric fence, right? It's just like it's like a 9-foot, you know, a 9-foot fence.
Just normal. Okay.
A normal fence, right? With like barbed wire on the top or whatever. So like there were other ways to do this.
Okay.
Not this like, oh, we have to bring back the X so that way they can fight. And that would be really sexy if they fought.
So sexy.
Yes. So, yeah,
oh no.
I don't know.
It just dropped off there for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I liked the beginning a lot, like I said, and then like as soon as she gets to the compound, it kind of just gets worse and worse and worse. So I'll give the first half of the book a 4.
Okay.
Because I really enjoyed the first half. It was really until she got to the compound and met Blake and did all the other stuff. I know I didn't mention this earlier, but all the secondary characters were like garbage. You
didn't like any of them either?
Well, I mean, they were just there to like advance plot, right?
I see.
Nobody was really like, you didn't really learn anything about anybody.
Okay.
So the second part of the book, I'd give like a 2.5.
Did you enjoy really enjoy any of the characters in this book?
I didn't hate any of the characters in this book. So actually there is one girl. And she's kind of like described as kind of just like a bimbo, but like she's really happy and she is just, you know, I don't know. She's silly, and
Okay.
she's meant to be silly, and she did a good job. And every time I read about her, like the 5 pages that she was on, I
Sure.
was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
look at this girl. She's so funny. She's
Okay.
adorable."
Uh-huh.
Um, so I don't know. I
So a 4 and a 2.5.
Yeah, 4 and a 2, 4 and a 2.5.
Okay.
I'll give it a 3
Okay.
because it, like I said, it's easy read. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't hate it enough to DNF it. It had problems,
Okay.
but I guess I kept hoping that it would get better because like
Okay.
the first part of the book was so good, and I was like,
Right.
I don't hate her. I didn't actually hate her until she got with Blake.
Okay.
And
So
then
it's
I
really
was,
him that we
yes,
have a problem with.
right, yes, I
Yeah.
guess that's a good point. So
Uh-huh.
I didn't really hate her until we got to Blake.
Okay.
So that being said, I'll give it a 3.
Okay.
I'd be willing to go up to 3.5 because I don't believe that this genre of book is something that Geneva Rose writes in.
She
I
does
think,
not. Yeah, this
yeah,
is a new thing for her. Hmm.
right. So I'll give her a little bit extra for that
Okay.
because she tried, right?
Yes. Uh-huh.
And like I said, when the second book comes out, I'm willing to give it a shot
Okay.
as long as Blake dies.
For some reason, I feel like the chances of that happening are fairly low, but I'll let you have it.
All right,
Okay.
cool. So yes, so we'll say 3 cereal milk lattes.
That's right. Yes. Okay, great. I don't know how I feel about it yet. I don't know if I'm gonna give it a shot.
Okay.
Probably not.
Yeah. I looked. So
Uh,
when I read this book and
mhm.
I finished it, I went and looked to see if you had like had it in your
Oh,
to read or
uh-huh.
your read, and I
Mhm.
didn't see it. So I was like, fuck it. I'm gonna talk about it.
So I feel like I haven't put it as a want to read yet because I was like not fully sold on it yet. I think that's where I was at. But I follow her on Instagram and she's adorable on Instagram. And so
Hmm.
I actually heard her like talking about the promotion of this book and stuff like that. So that's kind of why I wanted to read it, was just because I saw her promoting it. But yeah, like I said, I had never really like fully landed on it. So it's okay. Oh, okay. Are you ready for this book? I have another sister book club for you this week.
Wow.
It is called Don't Believe It by Charlie Donlea, I think is how you say her last name. Um, I listened to it on audio and it is a mystery. All right. Here we go. All right, so Sydney is a producer filmmaker of a popular true crime documentary, and it ultimately resulted in proving someone's innocence. And so it became like a really massive hit in the reality space, or the true crime documentary space. So because of this, there is a woman named Grace Siebold who reaches out to Sydney to get her help. Grace has spent the last 10 years in a St. Lucian prison for the murder of her boyfriend, Julian. And this happened while they were on spring break. And she still maintains that she is innocent, and she wants Sydney's help to prove that, like to come in, film whatever, do documentary investigation, like whatever she has to do to prove her innocence. So as Sydney begins her research into this, she decides to release the episodes of the documentary in real time over 12 weeks. So as she's investigating, she's like putting out episodes as it's going on. So she doesn't actually have the whole story when she starts putting out the episodes.
That seems ballsy.
That is crazy. Yes. I
Yeah,
don't
like
think.
what if you don't have anything in a week?
Yeah, exactly. What if you kind of like find a dead end and then you don't have, like, you got 3 episodes out and you've already agreed to 12? Like,
Oh my gosh.
yeah, I
Yeah.
don't, that's very, yeah, like you said, very ballsy. So As she is investigating, it's coming out, and it quickly becomes the most watched documentary in TV history. So, like, people are hooked on this show, and it's called The Girl of Sugar Beach,
Okay.
is the name of the documentary. So, everyone's like invested, everyone is watching, everybody is ready to find out. So, she solely focuses on the question of, did Grace murder her boyfriend, or was she the victim of circumstance and poor police work? So that's what she's digging into. As Sydney delves deeper into the investigation, she finds more and more layers to uncover, and she must decide if finding the truth is worth risking everything. All right. I'm going to give you my non-spoilery view, thoughts, and whatever, and then I'm also giving you spoilery ones. So just like Nicole's book, I will give you in the description where the spoilers are. But okay, I think this book had potential.
Oh.
It did not hit the mark for me.
Okay.
I think it really had it had a lot of problems, most of which are going to be in my spoilery section. So for my non-spoilery problems, there's a lot of red herrings in this book. It's really trying to like make you look all over,
Misdirect.
yes,
Yeah.
all over the place. And while I get that, because this is a very true mystery book, I get like why the red herrings are there. I feel like it ended up getting like very little information, growth, substance, and all of that from a lot of different characters, because you are so trying to be thrown off of who it is. You get so little about each of them. It's like, okay, so you just gave me a little sprinkle of each of these people to make me feel. I just feel like at some point you should have given us some growth for some people.
Right.
And so I feel like that was a problem for me, is that there was never a real connection with any of the people that you are meant to suspect or meant to side with, or like any of that. Like, you just don't get any of the character development for anyone in here.
Okay.
I also really hated the way it ended. The
Mm.
twist and reveal part wasn't terrible. Like the reveal of of who actually did it, and like all that kind of stuff, like not terrible, but everything after the reveal is fucking awful.
Mm.
Like I hated it. I hated it. And my sister felt exactly the same way. Like, we both had the same feelings about like what came after the reveal. It was like, well, why did we fucking listen to this then? Or read this book then? Like,
Right.
um okay, that's about all I can give you that's non-spoilery.
All right.
Okay. So, if you don't want spoilers, I'm going hard in spoilers. So if you don't want spoilers, then skip ahead. Go to the bottom and look at where it's at. Okay, so the thing that happens, I want to share it because it really bothered me. The thing that
Okay.
happens after the reveal is that, so Sydney is murdered. So she is the filmmaker. She is murdered by the person who she finds out to be, I won't tell you that part, but she finds out who the person is that actually killed whatever, and she's about to like, this person knows that she knows. So she is murdered, and then another person is put on trial. They're able to frame another person again for a murder. So we're back exactly where we started in the beginning, with a wrong person being convicted and going to prison for a murder they didn't commit.
Okay.
And it's so dumb. I'm so angry about this because it's so stupid. Like, I really just did not like how they did that to this person. Like, the person that goes on trial for it and is convicted. Like,
Wow.
yeah, so that part.
So none of that stuff that she like to prove that it's this guy is like found. She just like has
No,
like a
because
aha moment. Like,
she basically, so remember, she's releasing the videos or the episodes in real time. So the last episode just came out and she just figured out that it's this person and she's going to confront them and like get their statement and get their like whatever and film it, and she's murdered before anything is filmed, and so it can't even come out.
That feels like a stretch.
Yeah.
Like, if you look at any of the stuff that she's done, she's the only person who could put two and two together that it's this guy.
So that's my next point
Oh, okay,
of
sorry.
what I hated. No, you're good. It leads right into the next thing that I hated about this book, because there is one other person who technically knows who did it too, because he's who kind of helped Sydney figure out who did it. And he doesn't fucking say anything until the very end. Like,
After the other girl goes
she's
after
already,
the person
yes,
in
she's
prison?
already in on trial and gets convicted and all that kind of stuff, and then he steps in and he's like, I don't think you did it. Like, what the fuck, bro? Like, okay, so it's this guy, his name is Gus. He's an ex-detective, terrible fucking detective, by the way. So the first thing I didn't like about him is that his story is introduced in a way you have no idea who he is. You don't know how he's connected to the story. And his chapters or whatever are just sprinkled in throughout. And you don't find out who he actually is until probably 50, 60% into the book. And so you're just getting these chapters from him. And up until that point, it doesn't seem like it's connected in any way. And so that part was like, who the fuck is this guy and why is he taking up time from this story? And then once we find out who he is, which is that he was an ex-detective that worked on another case that involved these same people, it was like, okay, you were a terrible cop. That's what the problem here is that you were a terrible detective, and now you're also involved in this case where you're also being I mean, I guess now he's not actively a detective, he's an ex-cop, but like, you just, you know that this person did not kill her, and you're just letting them go. Like, that was very bothersome to me. And this person, like this Gus guy, I don't know. I didn't care about him as a character. I didn't care about his story that wasn't pertaining to them. Like, I didn't like that part. And then, so you find out about another one of Grace's ex-boyfriends who was killed.
Okay.
On when they were like much younger, like teenage, like 18-ish, whatever. His death though was ruled an accident because they were like on a big family trip and I think he fell off of a cliff or something like that.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, of course. And it was ruled an accident. But so I get why it was like ultimately brought up, because it was meant to make Grace look guilty, because like now she's got two boyfriends that have been killed on a trip, like blah, blah, blah. What I don't get though is why Sydney kept it a secret when she found it out. So she finds it out pretty early, not early, but like earlier, and continues to release episodes of the documentary without telling people that this is part of Grace's path. And it's kind of something that ultimately leads to finding out who did it. And so they tell us early on, but they don't tell the world early on. And I just feel like that was a weird way to go about it. Like, Sydney's not a very good, doesn't sound like a very good producer or whatever if she's not actually sharing some of the information.
Right. Yeah. At first, I kind of got the feeling that like maybe she was trying to influence how people felt, like what people think for that. But it just sounds like it was left out as a final, like how to make it look like it was somebody else, right? So, okay.
That's kind of, I almost feel like maybe she left it out because she wanted to really add a punch to the last couple episodes or something like that, where it was like left back for that. But like all along the way, you've been releasing information as you get it. So now all of a sudden you're, I don't know. So those are my thoughts. And
Yeah.
go ahead.
No, I don't like I didn't even read the book, and I don't like the whole plot of like, oh, I'm gonna release the episodes in real time. That doesn't even make any sense in my mind. I didn't even read the
No,
book, but it doesn't make sense.
no, as an investigative person, I feel like that is the wrong way to do it because
Right.
I feel like then at that point, no matter, imagine if a detective who's investigating a murder, so obviously kind of the same thing here, right? But in real life, a detective is investigating a murder, and every time they think they have a suspect, they tell the public.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how many times people would get wrongly whatever for the next day for them to find evidence and be like, oh shit, it's not that person. We now have a
Right.
new suspect. Like, do you know how
Right.
many people would be falsely persecuted in the public if that's how they did investigating?
Right. Well, then on top of that, like, who are your suspects? Well, we
Uh-huh.
think it could be the wife, and they're
Right.
like, the wife's now like, peace,
Yeah,
like, I'm
exactly.
leaving.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
especially if she did do it, right?
Hmm.
But
So yeah,
yeah, that just seems silly.
yep, it just feels like terrible investigative skills
Hmm.
to release what you're learning as you go because
Yeah.
everything can change, everything can be a red herring, everything could be like a something until you have solid evidence that says okay. And then once you know the actual answer, then you build your story in suspense and be like, "Oh, we thought it was this person and then we thought it was this thing and then like that's how you do it."
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm thinking there's like a very specific time that you could probably do it like
Mhm.
that. Like if you had like a podcast and you're just there talking to people and
Mhm.
like getting the story told and, like
Mhm.
interviewing people, like, okay, whatever. But if you have like a documentary that's like your
Uh-huh.
12 episodes, like that's silly. Plus,
Yep.
how much work that would be.
So much work. So much work because you have a deadline every week. You have to what and what if you just don't find any information out that week? Or like
Right.
what if you get to 12 weeks and you still don't have who did it? Like
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It seems
um
like this book has a lot of holes.
a lot of holes for sure. So I ended up going with 2.5
Hmm.
bowls of chili, but I
Nice.
think I'll round down to 2.
Wow. My
I
goodness.
I
You had a
know.
2 just a couple weeks ago.
I know I did. I feel like these thrillers, man, these like mystery thrillers are just
Not hitting it.
not vibing with me right now.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know. It just wasn't it. And also like I feel like I had a little bit of a higher like I finished it and I feel like, oh, maybe that was like 3. Like 3 stars. I had problems. And then once my sister and I started talking through it and we were like, but what about this? But what about that? And both of us were like, oh, this is definitely lower than
This is
that.
definitely not an average
Not a
book. Yeah.
3. Yeah. So yeah, that's that. It was unfortunate.
Boo.
Yeah. All right. Question time.
Let's do it.
Boop, boop, boop. Let's see. Okay.
This looks like a big one.
It's like a okay. It's kind of like a what we've been doing lately
Oh,
with
okay.
like what is your current read? Like
Oh,
okay.
jeez.
All right. You have to survive a Hunger Games style arena, but you can only bring items that are mentioned in your current read. What do
Okay.
you have?
I have a 15-foot long merman.
Is he helping you? Is he gonna help you in this Hunger Games
Maybe.
arena?
Maybe. All these people have like pretty fancy robots that do things for them. I think I'm gonna
Okay,
take this. I'm gonna use these robots.
that's a great plan. Um, Let me even see what I'm. Okay, so I am reading. I'm reading a book called My Roommate from Hell right now,
Hmm.
and the roommate is the Prince of Hell.
Okay.
So can I bring him?
Yes.
I'm just gonna bring the Prince of Hell, and he could just murder everyone who tries to kill me in this arena.
Exactly. And I'm sure he has powers that I'm
Yes,
not
he does.
familiar with. Like,
Yeah,
so.
I don't know them all yet, because I'm pretty early on in the book, but I know he has some like summoning powers where he can like
Mm.
bring things in.
Oh,
So
so
he
he could
could,
just summon whatever you need.
yeah, exactly. He also has like possession powers, so he could just possess the other people to do things. So I feel like I'm winning this game.
Yes, you're definitely gonna beat my 15-foot merman.
Yes, unless the robot can withstand him possessing them.
Yeah. But they're like little helpful robots.
Oh.
They're not battle robots.
They're gonna like clean your room for you and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dang it.
No, I think my Prince of Hell might be winning.
Yeah. I'm definitely losing Hunger Games.
Well, I mean, the only thing is that he's like 20. He's probably like 20. So maybe he's got some immaturity that
The son of the devil is only 20?
yeah, he's in college. So
Oh,
I
that's
assume
cute.
he's like 19, 20, right?
Okay. They're like 19 or 20 million years old.
No, No, it's very I won't it'll be a little while before you hear my full review of this. But it's kind of cute where like the hell in this book is very different than hell as we know it like in our life. It's basically just like another dimension.
Oh, okay.
And that they open a hole to that dimension and he's able to like come over and
Go to
whatever.
college.
And go to college. So it's very like think of our lifespan, it seems like.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's cute.
Yeah. So
I still think
great.
you win though.
Yeah, I think so. I think he wins. Maybe he has a couple mishaps while the
Yeah.
game is going on.
I'm gonna have to start really thinking about what books I'm reading
Yeah.
going forward for this for these kind of questions.
Yes. You're gonna have to be prepared for anything. But what if the question would have been like, what if you have to battle an undersea creature?
I
Then
know.
you would win that one.
Put that in the dish.
Okay, great. All right. Everyone else, you let us know, what are you bringing to your Hunger Games arena from your current read, and do you beat the Prince of Hell?
Yeah. Or my 15-foot merman.
Or Nicole's mermaid. Let us know on all of the socials, Savor the Story Pod everywhere. You can let us know in the comments below of whatever place you're listening at. You can email us at savorthestorypod@gmail.com. Go share with your friends. Go tell everyone you know.
Do it.
And give us likes and comments and all the things. We love it.
Yes.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Get out of here.